Welcome to the Hey Docs podcast with your host, Jill Allen. This week, Dr. Winters is back for part 2. Last week, we delved into the nitty-gritty details of social media and his tips for using it to grow your following. Today, he is talking about how you can get started with social media in your own office and how there is a much bigger benefit than just growing your following. We are talking dollars, my friends. Tune in to hear what social media can be doing for your bottom line. And as Ben teases his new business venture, Busy, to help you get started. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and review our show so we can keep bringing you this awesome content. Welcome, Dr. Ben Winters.
So that'll lead me into Busy, which you're right. We are coming out with a company January 1 called Busy. We've been working on it for a year now. And basically what happened, I had so many people ask me for help on social media. And it's not that difficult. It's just, it takes time to teach people, right? And get them all the best case stuff. And so I helped one or two guys. You probably know a few of them, the braces guy on social media. I've helped him. He was already doing a really good stuff on Instagram. I just kind of helped him port it over. That was an easy one. There was even this one guy named TM from Tennessee that I helped early on. He got to 1 million followers really quick. So I was helping these people get to 1 million followers really quickly as professionals. Right. And then eventually it got to a point where I had like probably 10 people I was helping. And it's just really hard to like look at all their videos and tell them what's going on wrong and doing all this stuff. And I was like, man, I wish I just had like a video course or something to just like send it to them and be like, just watch it. Okay. Like I don't have to tell you over and over and over again. It's probably just watch the videos and you'll learn everything you need to know. So I really started thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I think it's time now to basically just share everything I know about the algorithm, my knowledge on social media, viral structures, how to time the algorithm, how to time those trending stuff, how to do it quickly, efficiently, and then all the little tiny tips and tricks. Like I'll give you guys one tip and trick here that goes along back with that trending algorithm and stuff. So some people, if they would have posted that video 3 months, it would have got blocked by the algorithm, right? Because people are tired of it because they linked it to the sound in the bottom right-hand corner, because that's how the algorithm knows it's part of that trend. But if you just repost it as an original audio instead of going through it, so like say if you ripped it and then you made your own video and then you just posted your video as an original audio, which is what happens if you don't post it using the audio on the app, then it sees it as a brand new video and it has a better chance of catching the algorithm because it doesn't automatically disperse it down because it's just an old trend.
Oh, what a good pearl. Thank you.
So little pearls like that. And I've learned all those because, you know, luckily through working with, and I didn't just work with TikTok. I mean, once I got through TikTok, Instagram reached out and had me help them start their Reels platform. And then really quickly after that, YouTube had me come in and help them start their Shorts platform and give them information on like what I think was best practices and how to do it. And through that, I've got to talk to the algorithm, the writers of the algorithms at all the platforms. And so like I was just in YouTube in Palm Springs like a couple weeks ago with them. And I literally sat down for like 3 hours with the guy who ran the algorithm at YouTube. I was just asking him all of these crazy questions. Wow. And so basically being able to give you not only the base round version of this is the path to success on social media, but then all the little tiny tips and tricks that really take it to the next level. But that's only part of it too. We actually hired a guy named Noah Linden, and he's a really big ad guy in the social media world. So he does a lot on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok ads. And so I was like, I'm always the type of guy who's like, how can I add more value to what I'm doing? Right. I want to be the best of the best of the best of the best. And so I was like, how cool would it be if we could take, because the way that social media works now is, you know, back in the day, you would have to just put these picture ads on Facebook. Yeah. And you would let them run. Now with the new Apple terms and stuff, ads on Facebook are really, really bad. And so the way that ads are working now is they have to be a short form style of ad, basically a mini TikTok as your ad now versus a thing. Unfortunately, you can't just hire somebody to post a picture. You know, you want to have a video made and do all that. And when you're paying $5,000 or $6,000 a month to these creative teams, that are doing that, it's really tough to get a good ad because they would have to come to your office to do the stuff and all that type of stuff to really have a good ad. So what we do now for us, and I actually didn't promote it. All my office growth was organic until just recently. Now we're starting to do the inorganic growth just to prove how fast you can grow with that. And so basically he's teaching you how to take your knowledge with this new TikTokification of stuff and then turn those into ads and then run them yourself on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram to target people. Because another big thing that people think is like, that's great, I'm going to have 1 million followers, but how many of them are really going to come to my office and or care? And so that allows them to have a specific way to take the videos that are performing really well, tweak them a little bit, like maybe add a little segment on the end. Like, if you like that video, we're located in Plano, Texas. We'd love to have you over for some braces. Click the link down below to set up an appointment today. And then you run that really good video that did well with that little ad bit on the end and run it as an ad. And then you start generating leads to your office and getting a lot of followers. And if you can master that, unlimited practice growth. Like I could grow with the knowledge I have, I could probably grow 10 practices to full capacity in like a year or two, just scaling ads if I wanted to. And so for a person to learn it, I mean, it takes time. You actually have to learn and how to do it. And it's not like it's just like you click a button and you're instantly rich and famous. But it is definitely the course that we do for Busy is basically a private mentorship group that we're doing with a select few groups of doctors to kind of basically not only give them the course to learn everything themselves, but then there's a whole separate side that we have a private Facebook group where we're going to be able to have full contact, direct contact with me and Noah to have any questions on ads or social media stuff. We're going to be chatting a lot in the group. I'll be doing weekly kind of lookovers of people's pages and saying like what they did wrong or what they could do better. And then we're all going to learn together as a collective to grow further. And that's not even
a service this is going to be. Oh my gosh, I
know.
I cannot wait for doctors to be able to be a part of this.
I know. And it's not, and then that's just the tip of the iceberg too. And we haven't even gotten into the fact that monetization is changing rapidly. And so one of the other big things that I don't think doctors are understanding right now is that being on TikTok and promoting your practice the right way and getting these views organically is not only going to grow your practice, it's going to be another source of heavy income for you. And I stress a heavy income for you. And so the way that I put it, and we teach you in this group, and we want to really kind of not only teach you how to do good on social media, but to teach you how to monetize it. And so some of the ways that we're teaching them how to monetize it is obviously, you know, you have this creator fund that pays you for view. A lot of people always ask me this question. They're like, how do you make money on social media? Can you even make money on social media? And when I tell them all this stuff, they're just like, oh my God, I need to get on social media. And so basically like you have your basic stuff, which is like views, and you're probably not going to get that many views. So you're probably not going to make money there until you get bigger. But then all of a sudden out of nowhere, YouTube flipped the script recently. And like a month or two ago, they announced that they're officially going to be doing an ad revenue share on all short form views. So, so last year, I'll just put out some numbers. I won't give you exact numbers or anything like that. But let's just say we did about 7 figures last year on social media only. Okay. As far as so the way YouTube worked previously was the short views were just on a creator fund, and long form, which is the big horizontal videos that you watch that are 10 minutes long on YouTube, were ad revenue sharing, which means that they gave you part of the ads that were served on the videos. And that's how these creators make their money. And so I would say 75% of that 7 figures came from about 50 million views on the long form videos. And I had 2.2 billion views with a B on short form that only made me 25% of that. And so now next year, starting in February, YouTube will be paying you the same ad revenue type of sharing system on shorts.
Oh my gosh.
So basically we'll just say if I made $1 million last year, and 250,000 of that, 25%, was from those 2.2 billion. If we had this ad revenue sharing model, it would be closer to probably anywhere from $10 to $20 million for that same amount of views. And so Obviously, not everybody is going to be at my level with billions of views and stuff. Maybe somebody will, but even if you were at 100th of that, you know, what is, I mean, a tenth of that is $1 million. So that's $100,000 extra for your practice for doing 100th of the views that I'm doing with this new ad revenue sharing. So if I said, hey, you're going to promote your practice for free, it's going to get you new patients, and you're going to make 100 grand, by the way, people would be like, wait, what? And then the crazy part is now you can post that video not only to YouTube, you can post it to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and they're all going to have to start doing the ad revenue share model to compare. So then you're going to start making that 100 grand on 4 different places, and then all of a sudden 400 grand. And you're like, whoa, I'm making 400 grand a year just from posting these videos because I listened to, you know, Ben and we worked our way through and we slowly got bigger and better. And this is the way the whole entire world is all moving digitally, money wise. It's called the creator economy for a reason. And people are leaving their jobs, and kids are coming up now as 16-year-olds thinking and making more as an orthodontist. So they're like, why do I go to college? Why do I want to be a doctor, lawyer, or anything like that and make way less money when I can make $500,000 just dancing on the internet or just sharing my story or doing whatever? And I know teachers that are quitting their job, garbage workers, police officers, because they're getting this big following, they're making a ton of money, and then they're leaving. And so, but that's one piece. And then another really valuable thing that I think orthodontists and dentists are going to find now is the way that it can lower your overhead. So your overhead is obviously you're paying for all these things. But for me, I was in dental school pretty recently, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. And the way that they subsidized things was they had ads, or like, you know, the cafeteria was paid for by Delta Dental. The office was paid for by Henry Schein, you know. So I was like, let me see if I can do this in this new influencer world in my office. So I called all the top people, Invisalign, Damon, you know, OrthoFi, all these people. And I just said, hey, here's the deal. I'm the biggest orthodontist in the world on social media. All these dentists and patients and everything, you know, they want to see how I'm doing things, what I'm doing, ask me what my systems are and how I'm progressing in my dental office. I would love it if you would either give me free product, or I could do some, or you maybe even pay me to promote. And I was like, I personally contacted you because you're the best that I want to use, and I want to only have the best, and I want you to know that you're only going to be with the best people in my office. And so literally, like within like a couple of weeks, it was a very new, weird thing for these people, because they were like, well, we've never done an influencer thing before. Like this is
like
weird.
Anything, it's new.
Yeah. And so I walked so all you guys could run. And basically all of a sudden I started like, yeah, we'll give you free brackets. Oh yeah, we'll give you a free 3D printing suite and free 3D printing stuff. Oh yeah, we'll give you a 50% discount on this and that. And then all of a sudden I noticed my overhead started going from 50%, 40%, 30%, 20%. And I was just like, oh gosh, I felt like I was like stealing from these companies, because I wasn't even having to post for them. I just had to use their products. And then through that, whenever people ask me or talk to me, you know, I get other dentists to use the products, and they can say on their socials, hey, the Bentist uses our stuff, and they can use me as a promotional tool to do that. And so I think a lot of these doctors don't understand the value of just lowering your overhead. If you had a $2 million practice and I lower your overhead 20%, that's an extra $200,000 you're taking home every year. And so if you add that with the $100,000 you're making on that, all of a sudden you're making an extra $300,000 a year. And that's not even with that big of whatever. So in Busy, what we decided to do was create a structure of levels that you can hit. So when you hit 50,000, 100,000, 250, 500, $1 million, we're going to have a bunch of brands that we're working with that are going to give you discounts when you join the group, like basic discounts when you join the group, and then more and more aggressive discounts as you go up the tiers of followers. And basically, I want to bake for you all of the value of being an influencer right out of the gate. So like I'm almost guiding you of what you're supposed to be doing. Like, hey, this is how you make the content. This is how you run the ads and leverage your business. This is how you negotiate with brands and do deals and everything. Because that's the point, is once we get higher and higher, these brands are going to contact me and say, who's in your group to do an ad for? We want to pay them $10,000 to do a quick TikTok ad for us. And I'll say, hey, these people are in this group. What follower range are you looking for? Oh, these people are in the $100,000 to $250,000 range, or 250K follower range. Check them out. Tell me which one you like. And then I help them negotiate the deal. So they're not, because early on I was like doing deals for like $500 because I thought that was a lot of money. I was like, $500, that's crazy that you're paying me for a 30-second TikTok for $500. And then people were like, bigger friends in the industry started looking at it and they were like, dude, you should be charging like 10,000 for that, right? And I was like, they're going to pay me
What?
$10,000 for a 30-second TikTok. And this was back when I only had like 1 million followers,
Sure, sure.
And, now we charge, anywhere from 20 to 30,000 TikTok, which is crazy to me that that's even a possibility. And so all of that combined is Busy. Yes, we are starting January 1. Getbusy.social is the website. So if you want to sign up and if you're interested in this as a doctor and you want to kind of learn a little bit more, we do these kind of like little 30-minute talks, hour talks, just to kind of go over exactly what's included and answer your questions and stuff like that. So getbusy.social, you can sign up for a Calendly link, a Zoom link, and we can chat and everything and talk through there. And then it is a 5-mile exclusive radius around each office. And then I believe it's 5-mile exclusivity around your office. And then if there's one office that's a main competitor outside of that 5 miles within reason, we'll allow you to exclude one main competitor from that list, because I don't want you and your main competitor to be like using the same thing. So we want to create some value there and some exclusivity. So we haven't really promoted it too much yet. It was kind of like a very hush hush thing when we were talking last. And so I think we've had about 10 people sign up currently on the pre thing, but now we're officially ready to start promoting it. And so if anybody listening to this wants to grow their practice, wants to make a lot of money, wants to be ahead of the curve and see the future coming of practice acquisitions and everything else, because even if in the future you want to sell your practice to a corporation, I really do think in the future they're going to say, what are your social media numbers like? I think it's going to be a main driver of how much you can get your multiple of your EBITDA to sell your practice. If you're making an extra $100,000 on your practice a year and you have a good social channel built around it, those corporations are going to froth over that, like, because they have something that they can just guide and push and grow. So
I love that. And what I am hearing too is it doesn't sound like you have to be at a certain level in order to get involved in this. Mm-hmm. Whether you're, it's really just, you're going to have to commit the time, commit the work, and do what it takes to be prepared. And I'm sure you're probably going to be teaching them everything from not just the trends, but the lighting and how do you do this, and so that they can really take and run with it. The other thing I just
actually, like, really quickly before you go further, that brings up a really good point, and something that I want everybody listening to know is you're very right. It does take that time, that work, that effort. Yeah. But I also want you to know that you don't have to do it if you don't want to. We made the course so easy that if you as a doctor really want to be spearhead of it and be a part of it and take the time on yourself to do it, that's great. I think that's going to do awesome because you're a face of your business. I think that's going to help you out a lot. But we have a lot of people that I've taught that the doctor isn't even involved. You're probably already paying an assistant to do your social media for you. You may even have a social media manager at your thing. Make them take the course, make them do the work, make them useful. So what we're doing is teaching that person that you're paying $50K a year to post your Facebook post that get 5 likes and do nothing for you, to now be a really efficient social media manager for your office, get you views, get you new patients, get you money bringing in, and actually make them profitable for you instead of just a breakdown of your cost just because you feel like you have to have them. So I want people to know that, yes, it is going to take work, but that doesn't mean, like, a lot of doctors come to me and they say, I just don't have time for that, man. I guess sorry, I would love to, and it sounds great, but I just don't have time. I can't do this. And then it's like, you don't have to do the person you're paying to do it could do the time. And honestly, I think it's going to get to a point where you have a TC. I think really in the next 5 to 10 years, everybody's going to have a position in their office that is social media coordinator. Because they're going to be just like a hygienist is a driver of income for a dental office, your social media manager will be a driver of income for your office, and probably more than a hygienist will make you, which is crazy to even think. And I know people are like, bull crap. No, we're doing it right now. It's happening.
I love this. And, I've been talking a lot about the orthodontic office of the future and up and coming roles. And that is one of the things I've been talking about, is this outsourced social component here. And what I love that you've really I think brought to light is this is so much bigger than paying a company to do ads for you. This
Hmm.
is completely outside of our norms and our tradition of
Yeah.
a box of how do we get patients into our practices. And you and I have worked together through a startup and whatnot. We know that we have to go directly to the patient, to the
Yeah.
consumer, to get them into our practices. And if we can take a hold of, like, I feel like we're hearing it here first, ortho land out there,
You
docs
really
out there
are.
that are
Yeah.
listening. This is the future of where we are going and what we can do. And and I thank you, Ben, for for really bringing this to light and getting a little gritty here with what we've got coming at us. And if we can be on the forefront of where we're going, I think again it just even helps our profession stay strong in the
Yeah.
sense of we're doing something that maybe some of the other professions aren't doing or other people aren't doing. If we can take a hold of this and
Yeah.
really push it out there.
Yeah, and I think like a last thing that the course really, really helps people with that I think people don't think about, because I have a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, I want to do the social media side, but I don't even care about the ad side. I mean, it's there. It's only like 20% of the course, but it's there, and it's
Mhm.
probably just as, if not more important than the content side.
Sure.
And so people are like, well, I pay, so and so creative or whatever to do my ads. We pay them like 5,000-6,000 a month, and they do a good job and they bring in patients. And but I don't have to do any work. I don't even touch it, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And I talked to a few of these guys and they were like, well, we're doing really good. We're bringing in all this money and everything like that. And I said, okay, well, how much was your revenue? Or, like, how much did you collect out of whatever? And it's like 50% or, not even that. Sometimes like 25 or 30%. So they may make $3 million in production, but then they're only clearing like 750K. And
Mhm.
I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And this is after like 2 or 3 years. And so
Yep.
what that tells me, and the reason why this is the ads they're doing are so low quality that they're targeting and bringing in low quality people into your office. And so
Mhm.
now you have an office that's doing 3 million in production, but you're fighting with, delinquency and people not showing
No
up and people
shows.
not.
Yes.
But hey, you got 3 million in production, whereas I would rather have 1 million in production from really high quality patients, really good families, really good people that are going to reach out to other good people and word of mouth them into your office. And if you did 1 million in production and you cleared 750 each year, that's, decent. I would love to be on equal, million and million, which takes 2 to 3 years to build up to that. But what I'm noticing is those lackluster ads that people are paying for are going to end up hurting their office long term. I would have rather them grown slowly the right way and had a really good patient base and good families and good everything. And so the reason that is because they're just putting out these little square ads and they're probably having to leverage discounts, $1,000 off, free whitening, whatever. And that's going to bring in who again? The certain population that does all those things. And so what happens if you do it yourself, the way that we're teaching you, is now you don't have to pay the $5,000, $6,000 a month. That's an extra $70,000 a year that you get to have back, that you could have hired a social media person. Ooh, voila, solved your problem right there. You just hire a social media person in your office to do it. Now you're making organic content
Mhm.
that is showing your face and the funness of your office, so they really understand you as an office rather than just a picture with 2 people smiling saying $500 off Invisalign. And so now, like, think about it. Let's do a thought experiment in your head. If you're that, suburban mom who can pay everything up front in cash and they're a really good family and they know a ton of people, and you're on Facebook and you see one of those kind of crappy ads and they're just going to scroll right past it. They don't care.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden one of my videos pops up and they see somebody educating about dentistry or doing something really interesting or doing a funny trend, I mean, they're enticed by it. They're watching it. They're
Sure.
seeing it. And then at the end, it says like, oh, if you need your kids need braces in Plano, Texas, whatever. I'm in Plano. Wow, that's crazy. This guy's really cool. He's super educational. It seems like their office is fun. It's pretty. I see it behind him. His office looks really nice. Let's go ahead and set up an appointment and get there. And then all of a sudden that targeted ad that you made yourself really easily, not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You can just do your ads, and then whatever organic video does really well, you just, like I said, add a little bit of ad on it and then post it. And then now all of a sudden you're targeting a good population of people. You're going to be getting people that are coming in that can pay for everything in full. You can target better people and you're going to get better results from those. So not only are you going to get better costs, you're not going to have to pay that $5,000-$6,000 a month to somebody plus ad spend, because you have ad spend on top of the $5,000-$6,000 that you're paying them.
Yep.
But now you're going to have a lower lead cost because it's a better piece of content. So it's going to convert better. So you're going to be paying less per lead. There'll be more quality leads. And you could just put that $5,000-$6,000 that you were going to pay per month into ad spend. Now double, triple the amount of leads you're getting. So I don't think people realize like how important all of this is. And it's tailored together, and it's all pieces that you need to learn. I really do think, like you said, we need to give power back to the orthodontist on all fronts, because we're business runners. We can run this business ourselves. We're not dumb. You're an orthodonist. You made it through all these years of school.
Absolutely.
You can do biochemistry. You can learn how to post an ad for yourself. Okay? It's not that difficult.
Right.
So I think the people who are listening to this that are more gung-ho about the future of dentistry and everything, like if you're into 3D printing and stuff like that, you need to be just as into social media. It's just as future-proofing your practice as getting into indirect bonding and 3D printing and stuff like that. Because the ways of trying to do dentist relations and all that type of stuff, you can go directly to all the people you want now. You don't have to cater to a dentist to get them to hopefully send your card to one family that they really like. That'll happen naturally now because they're going to know in your area that you're the cool place to be, and they're going to want to send their kids to the cool place to be. And you're going to get those, just through being your normal self organically. Yep.
Oh, Ben, this has been amazing. I could just sit here and have another 2-hour conversation with you. You're so easy to talk to. And I just know that everybody listening has just picked out so many pearls. Thank you so much for spending the time just to, give us a glimpse of what the future holds. And I am right there with you. This is where we're going. This is 100%. Where we will be. We cannot be our grandfather's orthodontist. We have to be, the future.
It is going there, and it is already there. We already have multiple orthodontists that I've seen that have started from scratch, and in year one have already gotten to $1 million in production just from organic TikToks, no ads.
Amazing.
Just starting a TikTok account, zero.
Amazing.
And then just doing it the right way. They've grown from scratch to $1 million in production in 1 year.
That's crazy. Cool. Well, we can hope that we can aspire to do that. And I'm sure you've lit some fires out there. So thank you for that. Woo, 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 woo.
We'll see how many join the group and are serious about it. We'll see.
Yeah. Now, I just have to ask, is busy spelled like B-U-S or is it B-I?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's B-I-Z-Z-Y.
Okay.
So get busy to stay busy in your practice.
It's stay busy.
Yep. And it's getbizzy.social. Getbizzy.social. And like I said, I promise you will not regret it. It's literally probably going to be the most single best purchase of your life.
Yep.
In your orthodontics office career.
Yep. I have no doubt. I have no doubt about that. So as you know, we're coming to the end here. I love to finish us up with a little speed round. So are you ready to take the speed round challenge?
Let's do it.
All right. Coffee or tea?
I guess I'll have to go tea on that one, even though I don't really like either.
Are you more of like a sports drink or water?
Yeah, I mean, sweet tea is all right. Like iced sweet tea is good. I just hate unsweet tea. It tastes so gross to me. And I don't really like coffee either.
All right. How about, do you have a favorite book out there?
Ooh, probably the Red Rising series. It's like a sci-fi book series. Yeah.
Cool. Any favorite outdoor activities that you like to do?
I like golf a lot.
Golf, excellent.
Yeah.
I suck at even putt, so I cannot be on your golf team.
I suck at golf too. Don't worry.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Hopefully having a positive impact on dentistry and orthodontics as a profession.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And then last one, if you could tell us the best piece of advice you've ever received.
Work smarter, not harder. Literally, I put that into literally everything of my life, and it's a very engineering mindset,
Mhm.
where you can. And it was probably because I was lazy when I was growing up, and so like my parents would give me
I
all these
just can't see
chores.
that. I just can't see that.
Oh no, I'm super lazy. That's why I'm so efficient. And it's because like my parents would give me all these chores to do, and I'd be like, man, I really don't want to like mow, bag leaves, do this. I was like, okay, well, if I do this first, then this will be there, and then I can just scrape it up with the leaves. And you just try and engineer your way out of working things. And I think working smarter, not harder, and really seeing who is successful in whatever you're doing, and then trying to mimic the ways that they're successful is like you're going to blow past everybody if you do that.
Yeah. Oh, that is great advice. Well, again, thank you so much for being on Hey Docs. I cannot wait for people to take all of the little nuggets that you gave us and start to implement. And hopefully, you're going to get some people saying, "I am going to take the busy challenge and sign up
I
in
think,
January for you."
yeah, I mean, I think it's only their fault if they don't, but
Yeah.
we'll be there whenever they're ready to hop on, whether it's 5 years from now and they're like, oh crap, he was right. We got to do this now. Or 1 year from now. We'll see.
Yep. Yep. That's great. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.